Alright, let's get into what Microsoft 365 has to offer when it comes to threat protection. Imagine this as setting your business's cyber home alarm system. You want something that keeps you safe, but also works well with your current setup and doesn't make you second guess if you locked the door or not. You see, in our digital age, the importance of robust threat protection is like having a reliable guard dog around the house. You can't always patrol every inch of the perimeter, but with a capable system, threats get a whole lot less threatening. Microsoft 365, with its suite of threat protection, is our guard dog. Now, let me walk you through how to ensure this guard is fit for purpose. Getting started with Microsoft Defender for Office 365 is like installing the alarm in the most frequented rooms, your inbox and shared drives where so much of your important company info is stored daily. It's the heartbeat of threat identification in Office 365, offering real-time monitoring, detection, and response to suspicious activities. It's smart, constantly evolving with threats, and it can even take immediate action to prevent dangerous items from slipping through the cracks. It's about setting up these protections to make sure the most sensitive data isn't just a target, but a secured treasure. Then you have Microsoft Defender for Identity, which feels a bit like the neighborhood watch. While Defender for Office does a fantastic job at looking inside the house, Defender for Identity steps back, taking a broader look across your entire organizational landscape. We're talking user and entity behavior analytics, akin to profiling which residents of our digital community most often sneak in at unusual hours. By understanding anomalies in your environment, it can act swiftly when it sees something out of whack with normal user behavior. Moving a bit outwards, Microsoft Defender for Endpoint covers those doors and windows, protecting where most of your employees' devices are active, whether that be in the office or from home or just about anywhere they connect to the network. Here, advanced threat protection mechanisms ensure that no intruder can slip past without getting caught in a digital lockdown. And just like a good neighborhood watch, constant education and training help to keep everyone aware and vigilant. But hey, don't take my word for it, see for yourself. My colleague, Neeraj, specializes in these very defenses for companies big and small. I've learned a fair bit from chatting with him on tech channels and even diving into the Microsoft Defender for Identity and Endpoint documentation. It's impressive, really, but you gotta take it with some salt. He doesn't just understand this stuff, he lives and breathes it. That's where I step in. I help distill that into clear strategies, ensuring that you as the senior architect understand how and where to apply this robust threat protection armor. To set this up, well, you start by ensuring that your organization's data governance policies are solid. From there, we configure each piece of Microsoft Defender for Office 365-driven policies for email and shared drives, to the more nuanced controls in Defender for Identity that tap into threat intelligence to stay one step ahead of hackers. With Defender for Endpoint, it's a holistic policy approach that covers every Microsoft-powered device within and outside the Office network. Now, I might not have a magic wand to perform some of these configurations, but I can guide you through the setup and share insights on how to maintain and adjust these defenses as the digital threat landscape shifts. The key is continuous learning and adaptation, because just like any good security system, threat protection needs regular updates to stay ahead. And you are in good hands. Neeraj and I make a great team when it comes to rolling out these Microsoft 360 solutions across various industry sectors. We've seen remarkable improvements in proactive threat detection and a significant reduction in breach attempts with the help of a well-tuned threat protection system. I'll also share some tips on how to craft these policies, keeping in mind that not all data is created equal. Sensitive information calls for a fortress-like shield, whilst more transient data, like public documents, can have a bit more leeway. And since change can induce a culture of inertia, we look at ways to foster a proactive IT culture that seeks to embrace these technologies rather than treat it like a chore. In closing, as enterprises pile data up and diversify into remote operations, Microsoft 365 threat protection becomes the linchpin of cybersecurity. The suite I've shared is robust and nuanced. When tailored rightly, it becomes second nature to your everyday operations, safeguarding without the hassle of disruptive overkill. If you want to take your threat protection game to the level where it's part of your company's DNA, remember that Neeraj and I are right at your service to ensure that you get the most out of these protections. And for more insights into building a culture of security, follow the story. Visit neeraj.com website, it's a trove of knowledge, and subscribe on TechLab to receive regular updates and insider knowledge just dropping by your doorstep. Together, we'll make sure the security for your enterprise is as strong as the coffee that fuels the early mornings. Rolling out these strategies, robust, refreshing, and always promising the best.